It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Bears and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome, as we come to you from Commanders Field here in Landover, Maryland. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. Takes it to about the 37. You look at this Bears defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Here's Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
In motion, the tight end. They go play fake. Mahomes. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this 1st quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them. And also, it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense set to take over again.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Play action this time with Love. Short throw, it's Higbee.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 37-yard line.
Love, they go play action now. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And incomplete.
You talk about this Washington defense.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
It's complete to Robinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First down, Bears.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Short throw to Smith. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now Mahomes. And this will be caught by Brown. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
That is caught.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
In motion left, Robinson. And Cooks has it over the middle. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Washington offense back out there. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Love. That's for the former Lion, Josh Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Michael Dana
Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Motioning to the left is Robinson.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now it's Mahomes again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Credit that good coverage to Paulson and Debo. Got a hand in and knocked it free.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at 7.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
He'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing. Love.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Love now.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
They go with Jacobs. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st.
Jacobs pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, this has not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
And it's 17-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bears offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Fielded just inside the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Love.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Final play of the half, Love.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DJ Chark up close to 100-yard receiving there. From there, we head east to the land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Matthew Stafford leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Kenneth Gainwell, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Oh, he's made him work for over half the game now. He's been the artful dodger back there, but there it is. Finally, they get to him for a sack and a big loss. Give credit to the defense for their tenacity to finally hang with it and get him down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
Fights him off. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Mahomes going to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Taken in at the 22. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's Love. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Jeremy Chin, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack. Washington going to send out their punter,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
First and 10, it's Patterson. Julian Blackman bringing him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now here's Mahomes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
They'll run with Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now you got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And this is going to be incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Play action this time with Love. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Love looking to throw it.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Now Love. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw now. Here's Love. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. In motion goes the tight end. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw.
Short throw to Smith. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, fighting him off. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taking it about the 36. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bears take over.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Going back to Love. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Now Love.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Love to throw for it on 4th.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that...
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.